Hey everyone, I recently got in contact with the folks at ZipStitch. Like most of you know that have listened to our podcast or watch our videos, we're pretty against the use of stitches for the average person in most situations. And an alternative we talk about a lot is the Steri Strips, right?
Yes.
Because they're just easy to put on and all that. Well, I recently got a hold of these people at ZipStitch because they have a product that's pretty interesting to me, and I wanted to get my hands on it and use it. It's something that I think would be great for bug out bags, something that's small, lightweight, something that lasts a long time. They are a little bit pricey, like 30 bucks I think.
For one set?
Yep, which is basically the same price as a quality suture kit. But they are, in a situation, in an SHTF situation, this is going to be a lot better than using somebody as a pin cushion or yourself.
Yes, and they last a long time.
Yeah, especially if you don't know what you're doing. So what I want to do is kind of explain this, and then we'll do a little demo of it as well. But they sent us this package here that kind of explains everything, how it works. They have a website that's got all of this exact same information as well. A little tutorial. The video is like 2 minutes. I mean, it's really simple to use. So
yeah.
Like I said, though,
you can even use it.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I said in a bug out bag, this is probably easy enough to use on yourself. I've got you here. You just came home from work. It's not like you wear your scrubs all the time.
I do, because I love my scrubs. So I live in my scrubs.
But I've got you here, so I figured we'd do that. But this is something that you could do by yourself. So with that, let's go ahead and I'm going to zoom the camera in a little bit closer. Then we'll show you what's in these little kits right here. And then show you how to do it.
How to zip stitch.
How to zip stitch it. Yep.
I'm gonna zip stitch Dale.
All right. So first, I'm not gonna let Lisa cut me, so you're gonna give me a little wound. These say this size right here is good for wounds that are 1.5 inches. So don't give me a giant size.
Come on.
You've gotten some from your docs, right? That are larger.
Yeah, I got one from a rep. This was before they were like available on the market, so a rep brought them in. It was pretty cool.
You can't make it that thick. This is for stitches, woman.
I know, but this is your gaping hole. So then we're gonna close it together, so they can hopefully be able to tell that the edges go together.
Okay.
Trust me.
But I think
I'm a professional.
You can only buy this, and you can only buy this size on the website, and I'm betting that would have something to do with the fact that they don't want people getting the ones for like 6-8 inches and
Probably
using
not.
those instead of going to the doctor. So
Probably not.
I'm sure there's some law. I don't know what it is, but these ones they do say they can be used at home for the small minor cuts and stuff. I do want to say though, with sutures and all of that, there are situations that this would be good for and situations when it's not. Even in that video, it talks about dog bites and deep punctures and crushing wounds and stuff like that, right? The stuff that can get infected. Not a good idea to close up the wound, even with Steri Strips or these. So, but there are, if it's a slice or something like that, and you'd want to do it as soon as we're going to go through the directions here, but as soon as it's right after it's done. It's not something that, hey, in 2 days I can't get this thing to close, I'm just going to put a zip stitch on it.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
No, because then you're going to be trapping bacteria and stuff into the wound, and then it's going to be closed in there, and then you can actually create a bigger problem. So when in doubt, leave it open. But like, let's say that you stabbed yourself while you were, with your flint and your little knife while you were trying to start a fire, and you got a little cut there, and you wanted to bring the edges together, something like that would probably be the instance you would want to use this. But if you had a big laceration, say you cut yourself with a chainsaw, I wouldn't close it up.
Go see a doctor if that's available, and in an SHTF situation, this is not going to work for you. So.
No.
Okay, so now you can see my silver. This is the only Sharpie we had. So go ahead and open up your package. I'll move my arm out of the way. You can lay everything down here. What's in there?
All right. So inside,
it's got the actual directions. Like I said, pretty simple. And I'll leave a link to the website too, where you can go find all this stuff. It's got the zip stitch itself. and the directions are on the back of that too. Like I said, this would be cool for a bug out bag because it's just a small, really lightweight, small. You don't have to worry about crushing it. It's flat. And then it's also got the gauze pad.
2x2 gauze pad.
It's got
a big alcohol swab. That's a big one
for cleaning the area, and then a bandage to go over it. So what we'll do is we'll just follow the directions like they say on there.
Okay.
First off, make sure your hands are clean before you start working on somebody or
I wash my hands.
doing something. Yeah. Make sure the bleeding is controlled, right?
Yes.
It can't be wet. It's got to be dry around the outsides and the edges and all of that. So make sure that's okay. So I guess go ahead and use the alcohol swab to make sure and sanitize and clean everything up, right?
Yep. And if you have gloves, this is when you would put the gloves on as well. These are nice alcohol swabs. Those are big.
Are they?
They're bigger than what we even have in the office. So I'm going to clean all the way around the wound. I'm cleaning from the wound itself, and I'm going out away from the wound.
Okay.
That's a good thing to do.
And then you've got to make sure it's completely dry before you even start to apply one of these. So then what you do, you open the sucker up.
In case you're wondering, they're sterile. That's how you open a sterile package.
Okay.
Then
You remove the backing, right?
so remove the backing.
And then you place it over, like you center it on the actual wound itself.
Oops. Sorry, Dale.
Pat it down, and then there's an actual tab on that where it will separate if you go this way.
I do things backwards.
And then the paper comes off, and you've got that there. Now what you do is it's got these little twists right here, or not twists, but you pull those. And what you do is you pinch. It's kind of hard to do this with the camera. I could do it myself, but you pinch where you're going to pull it. Here, I'm going to move over here and see if you guys can see it this way. So you pinch the wound in.
That works easier if you pinch it this way and pull the edges together. Can you feel it getting tighter?
Yeah, and this is tough to see on this video, but they do have a video on their website that's pretty good. So that, and it's actually, you can feel that
the tension
pulling, yeah, but it stays on there pretty well. And from what I was reading in the brochures and stuff, they even talk about this after 30 days. You can leave it on for 30 days and it's not going to mess with your skin or anything like that. So the fact that it'll stay on for 30 days, I'm not going to try to wear it for 30 days. But
no, and on their website they say, from the video, they recommend it can stay in place for 7.
And then you can just cut off the edges right here, right? Now they also do mention how this can...
Can I do it?
Yeah, sure. Just don't cut me.
Why? I want to be able to use the ZipStitch.
They also mention how this can be adjusted if, say, that the area is swollen after you cut it and then everything subsides a little bit. You can actually pull it a little bit tighter in the future to get that. You don't want to over tighten it, because if you over tighten it, you ruined it and you've got to do another one. And at 30 bucks a piece, you don't want to do that. So, but pretty cool option. I mean, I still think...
Can I put the other bandage on you now too?
Oh yeah, you got to cover it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool option. I think for most situations, Steri Strips are a whole lot more cost effective. But I could see, you know, I've got a couple of these. I'm going to put one in my bug out bag. Just because it's something cool to have. It's really easy. It's something that you don't have to worry about falling off in a day or two. Something that's going to be pretty sturdy. They've even got on their website where they have people with knee wounds and elbow wounds and stuff like that, where
they use
this
it a
works.
lot on, it looks like on post-op total knees.
Yeah, so if it's a flexible area, say it's on your hand or your knuckle or something, it's still going to be okay. And that would help for, you know, a couple times when I should have had stitches and didn't, because yeah, I just didn't want to go to the doctor.
But now I'd make you go to the doctor.
Well, now we got ZipStitch. Now I don't have to.
Yes, you do.
But that's basically it. If you guys have any questions, I'll leave a link to the website and all of that. But pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely not for everybody. It's $30, so it is kind of pricey. But again, it's one of those things that if you're not into doing the stitches thing, and I don't recommend anybody do that, but you know, it's one of those things that it's an easy option. You don't have to use somebody as a pin cushion. You can get something done, and it's easily you can just remove it if you screw it up, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with stitches, after you put a few holes in somebody,
Yeah, it's a big deal.
yeah, I mean, you can still remove that, but they're going to be a little bit pissy after that, right?
Well, yeah, and I think you can actually do a lot of damage if you're suturing someone or stitching someone shut, and you really shouldn't.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat with this, because there's openings so that if there is anything that needs to drain out or wants to drain out, it can, and it can go into the secondary dressing.
Yeah, kind of like the Steri Strips and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Just a more heavy duty option, but not quite the
Not
stitches
suturing.
off.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of sutures.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. Neither one of us are. So, but anyway, that's it for this video. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Make sure and subscribe to the video, and we will talk to everyone later.
Goodbye.